Okay, let's start with a controversial topic here. The question is President Trump a good president? Okay, I know there's a lot of opinions when people hear his name, but I feel like it's important we look at this through an objective lens and try to see some of his accomplishments that he's done. And he's not my favorite guy, but I don't think he's as bad as the media or as people make him out to be. Maybe I can convince some of you that he has done some good in his time in his office. Now, not only have I done some research here, but I actually have benefited from some of his policies, which kind of like makes me gravitate in his direction slightly. Okay, and though I was skeptical of him in the beginning, I was pleasantly surprised by some of his accomplishments thus far. And believe it or not, his accomplishment list is longer than you would expect. Okay, I'm going to choose a couple of my favorites due to time constraints here. Okay, so number one, the Jobs Act. Well, up until the pandemic anyway. And number two, the passing of the tax cut. And number three, the First Step Act. Okay, so number one here. As of September 2019, 4 million jobs have been brought back to the workers of America through the Jobs Acts and business deregulations. Up until the COVID-19 outbreak, believe it or not, job openings actually superseded and outnumbered the amount of job seekers in the country for the first time in record history. And that affected a lot of minorities as well, which kind of helped me out especially. So I was able to make a drastic switch in my career, and I landed a fantastic job working for a steel mill in Fontana, California, which is honestly the best job I've ever had. But moreover, the household median income has increased to $61,372 a year, and paychecks have been rising at 3.3% annually, which is fantastic. People making more money, they got jobs. I mean, that's great for everybody. Now, the tax cuts is another thing I benefited from. Prior to the tax cuts, I was in the 30% tax bracket, and now I'm in the 15% tax bracket, meaning I get to keep more of my hard-earned money, and I love that. Me and my family get to do a lot more because of it. It nearly doubled the standard deductions for individuals and families and doubled the child credit. It affected our utilities. Over 100 utility companies, including gas, water, and electricity, have lowered their rates thanks to the tax cuts and job acts. And that's fantastic, and that's great for the people. But you know, a lot of people are worried about other things right now. So what about the oppression we see in this country? Okay, enter the First Step Act. I found this one particularly profound because the prison reform bill was something that President Obama had campaigned on. And I was utterly disappointed that he was not the one to follow through on this. It was one of the reasons why I voted for Obama, but for whatever reason, he couldn't get it done. But the good news is that Trump did do it, you know, and it was long overdue and highly needed. He passed the prison reform bill that greatly reduced sentences of nonviolent offenders caught in the justice system serving harsh penalties for very weak crimes. Essentially, it just allowed them to come back to being a functioning member of society, which is very necessary. You know, if there's not anything like super bad on your record, I mean, and you can work, you know, you should be able to get out there and participate as a normal citizen. Okay. All of the things I've been citing to you guys are expressed from the Washington Examiner and the WhiteHouse.gov. And believe it or not, they actually credit Trump for 289 accomplishments thus far. These were just my three favorite. I don't think he's the greatest president or anything. I wish he was less confrontational and more charismatic like his predecessor, President Obama, was. And for the love of God, I just wish he would just stay off of Twitter. That's a whole nother issue. But I was so let down by Obama because I did vote for him for a lot of the things he campaigned on, and he accomplished nearly none of them, and that kind of broke my heart in a way. However, President Trump, he accomplished just about everything he campaiined on, but he did it in a bull in a china shop kind of way, and this is inversely remarkable compared to Obama's charismatic way. But the question is, what makes a good president? Is it someone who says they're going to do something in a charismatic way and then doesn't do any of it? Or is a good president someone that does exactly what they're saying going to do, but they lack the charisma to do it? My vote is always going to be for the latter. In my eyes, actions speak louder than words, especially in regards to public service. We have seen many politicians come and go that talk a great game, but they fail miserably to accomplish anything for the greater good of the people. So we as a society, we need to get better at holding our public servants accountable. That's all I got for you guys today, okay? Thanks. Bye.